We've made it to lesson 9. This is consonant combinations. We're looking at gl, sl, st, and ter. So 2 of these are new, and the GL and the SL are much like Unit 8 and Unit 7, where we're just blending those sounds together. These are all by themselves sounds. So they are independent sounds, but we say them quickly when we put them together. So listen to me say them a couple of times. It'll be really important that you hear the blending of all of these combinations at the top. Do you know what today is? What's your month? Write the number. What's your day? Write the number. What's your year? Write the 2 digits that represent our year. Don't forget to practice your beautiful handwriting for your name right here. Number 1, trace the words below. So we have words that start with the gl, gl, sl, sl, st, st, and ter, ter. The ter part is probably the hardest one because when we say tree, 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 do you hear how we mash it? Tree. Tree is the correct pronunciation. Tree is the correct pronunciation. Trip is the correct pronunciation. It's a little bit tricky, but it's worth practicing. Okay, so here we go. Let's practice writing each of these words and saying them. This is a glass. The sounds are g, ul, gul, ass, glass, glass, g, ul, add, glad, glad. Glad is another way of saying happy. So if you are glad you got a present, then you are happy you got a present. I was so glad to see my mom at the end of the trip. Glad. Sleep. S, l, e. Remember that 2 vowels usually means there's a long vowel sound. So we're going to use the E sound. Sleep. We'll review long vowels. Not yet. We got to get through these first. Sleep. Sleep. This one's fast, and this one is sl. O. O-W makes more than one sound. Like in brown, it says ow, but like in slow, it says O. Because there are no other consonants at the end, we make the O sound. Star. St. R. Star. Star. Step. St. E. P. You might have looked at this and thought stairs, but if you look at the letters, you know that's not right. St. Ep. Step. Tree. T. R. E. Tree. Tree. And trip. T. R. Ip. Trip. Glass. Glad. Sleep. Slow. Star. Step. Tree. Trip. And that is the list of words. All right, so now we're going to move on down here, and our job is to connect each word to the correct picture below. So instead of going across the page, we're going to connect down and see how they match. Let's read the words. Star, sleep, tree, stick, stick, art, start, slip, slip, star, sleep, tree, stick, start, and slip. So we need to connect them down below. For example, when I see the star here, I know I need to connect it up here, so I draw my line across and connect the two dots. Pause the video, and you are going to use a little bit of time to match the rest of these, and then you can come back and check your work. All right, if you're watching, you've already made the matches. Let's show you your connections. Check them and make sure you have them right. Star, star, sleep, sleep, tree, tree, stick, stick, start, start, slip, slip. If your work looks like this, then you're ready to move on to number 3. Write each word below. Use the pictures as hints. Remember that these pictures match the words we've already matched below. So on the other page. So make sure that you're checking to make sure you're right. Remember this one where he takes a trip? He goes on a trip. So we say trip, but the spelling is trip because we mash it when we say it. Trip. Trip. Do you remember this one? Glass, right here. Glass. 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 Tree. Listen to the way I say it. Tree. So you hear how we mash it again? Tree. Ch. It's almost like that CH ch sound, but we want to say tree. Tree. It's called enunciating, speaking it really carefully. If you say tree, everybody will know what you're saying, but if you write tree like it sounds, then you're going to write like this. Ch-er-e. And that might confuse people. This is not how we spell tree. This is how we spell tree. So if you enunciate, it will help you figure out those tricky spellings. Tree. This is the stick. Remember down here, we saw the stick the first time. So let's check our spelling. St, ick, ck, ending. Start, that was here too. Follow the yellow line and we get to start. St, art, start. Look at how start and star are really similar. There's only one letter difference between start and star. A lot of words are like that. Here's the businessman. He slipped on the ice. Slip. Let's look at the word. Make sure we spell it right. Slip. Slip. If your work looks like this, you don't have to write tree. If your work looks like this, then you're doing great and you're ready to move on to number 4. Complete each phrase. Do you remember what a phrase is? Not a whole sentence. It's just an idea without a beginning or an end. Just an idea. Complete each phrase using a word from the word box below. Use the pictures as hints. Here's our word box. Slip, step, glass, and tree. 1, to start. 1 slip to start. 1 step to start. 1 glass to start. That doesn't make sense. 1 tree to start. What do you think? Yeah, step. That's the word we're using. Step. It's a great strategy to try them all to make sure you get the right one. Glad for a Well, she's drinking water. Glad for a slip. Glad for a glass. Glad for a tree. Well, I'm glad for a tree, but that's not what the picture shows. I see the glass in her hands, so I know it's going to be that word glass. Did you write it? You guys are so fast. Glass. Make sure you spell it right. Glass. Slow down. Don't. What is happening? Slow down. Don't slip. Slow down. Don't tree. Tree doesn't make sense. That's silly. Slip is the correct word. Slip. Slow down. Don't slip. Nice. Last one. Trip to. Well, there's only one word left. Trip to tree. Look, he's taking a trip all the way to the tree. What do you think he's going to do at the tree? Do you think he's going to build a tree house? Do you think he's going to fall asleep like Rip Van Winkle? I don't know. It's a mystery. Okay, we got tree, so we can cross that off. The last thing we have to do before we're done is read the sentences. 1 step to start. Glad for a glass. Slow down, don't slip. Trip to tree. Remember, these are only phrases. They're not whole sentences. They are just ideas. All right, nice work. You have finished lesson 9. Give yourself 100 if your work looks like mine. That means you finished everything. Yay! So give yourself a nice little smiley face up there. 100%. If it doesn't look like mine, don't worry. Just pause the video, fix it, check it, make sure you've got it all matched up right, and then give yourself the 100%. All right, see you in lesson 10.